We caught a rat, and yeah, we're now cremating the rat. But the rat smokes real bad. I didn't know rat smoked that bad. I'm gonna add some oxygen to the fire and burn it hotter and cremate the rat faster. I can't have it too smoky today because it's Armistice Day, which is the remembrance of the soldiers fallen during the First World War. So we get a procession coming through the street and going to the monument right next door. All school children and the mayor, and they lay a wreath or wreath, what do you call it? And I can't have it too smoky, you know, just because of the cremation of a rat, which is basically also a fallen soldier for his family, you know, sort of. I'm sure there's not much of the rat left at this stage. So we've been on a short holiday trip, visiting family in Holland, friends in Holland, a cousin in Paris, and now we're back in the house. Basically, I'm going to start with the last accommodation space in the house, which is the guest bathroom, or will become the guest bathroom. Been my workshop for ages, and I've already started emptying it out a little, moving the stuff that I don't need much into the old chicken coop, also known as the shed from now on, and stuff that I do need to work with in the trailer. So I'm setting up sort of a little workshop slash storage in the trailer. Show you later. Yeah, so I gotta continue tidying up and throwing rubbish away, and eventually getting the workbench out. I don't know how yet. On its side, probably. Completely have to disassemble the whole thing. But before that I need to tidy up. But before tidying up, we're gonna do something a little bit more fun, and that is just putting up a mirror. Because Nadia has found a mirror for here in the hallway. It's right there on the floor, the mirror, and it's gotta go up here. Now, this is a concrete wall built out of parpangs, cinder blocks, and they're hollow. So I got about, damn it, where did I leave my screw? Can't find the screw that I have to put in. I was going to tell you about the screw. Where did I leave my screw? Jesus. Stay tuned. Found it. It's a special screw because you see the wall is hollow. It's about good centimeter and a half inch thick, and then it's hollow. This is a fairly heavy mirror, so I need something a little bit more beefed up than half an inch thick. So I got this screw. You see, it does this like an umbrella. So you make a hole, slide this in, and then it opens up, and then you tighten the screw until it is secure in place and it grips itself right against the backside of the concrete. And then the concrete will be sitting in between this washer and that umbrella thing. I hope it's all clear. I hope the camera has recorded this in focus. But that's the idea, and that's what I'm going to use to put up the mirror. Oh, change of plan. These parpangs, cinder blocks, are hollow, but where they meet each other, I filled the void in between the two of them with cement. Now obviously I'm hanging the mirror in the middle of the wall, and the wall is exactly 2 parpangs wide, and in the middle is a solid bit of cement. So I'm going to use a different plug. I'm just going to use a normal plug. This is all solid. Okay, good enough. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Still too low. No, it's alright, huh?
I think it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's good for the use as well, that it be at that height. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's good. Oh, so people, it has been a while, huh? Approximately 2 months, maybe 3. I don't know. Anyway, I have been busy. I have been doing things, but I haven't necessarily worked on the house in the meantime. We've done a few things, but not much. I've been busy with other things. Life, basically, and also enjoying life. We have traveled a lot. Nadia is back to work now. I've traveled a little bit more, and at present I have approximately a month before we are going on a big annual trip. That's about 2 months to the southern hemisphere, to the Cook Islands, to Nadia's, well, motherland, the Cook Islands, and then Australia. So, what am I going to do in that month? Well, hopefully the last bit of our house, which is the guest bedroom. After I have finished the guest bathroom, there will be a whole lot more, but there will be more, detailing, repairing things in places, improving things, detailing, and maybe we want to replace the whole roof, but that will be next year. Well, what I have been doing is sort of emptying my workshop slash guest bathroom, and I've moved most of the stuff into the trailer and some of the chicken coop. Let's have a look and see what this is like now. So when we enter the, well, guest bathroom slash workshop, you see, I have been working really hard cleaning this out and tidying it up, but it's still a bloody mess. It's just so hard, finding spots for all this stuff to be put, and yeah, I mean, it's easy to put it away, but you also got to keep it accessible. I mean, I still got to work on this house, and it's going to be a challenge because I'm going to have to shuttle between trailer in front of the house outside and this room. So now what are we going to do? This week I'm going to replace that window. I have received the new window and I am painting the frame upstairs where it's warm. Yeah, and then after that we have a more insulated area here that we can keep warm. Then I gotta cut more channels for electricity along that wall. I gotta close up the channels. I gotta close up the channel there that where the water supply to the kitchen and the drainage is running through. And then we gotta do the walls, and then we gotta do carpentry on the ceiling to finish the ceiling. We gotta paint the ceiling. I wanna really work on the electricity here. You see, part of it is mine, part of it is, well, EDF, that is the electricity company here in the region where we live. So I would like to move all this in this cavity that is there, because we had the old entrance door in here and the entrance door has been removed and the opening closed off with blocks that are not as deep as the wall is. So it's a sort of a cavity. Now if I could move all this stuff into this cavity and put a door in front of it, then I would not lose any footprint in the guest bathroom. I would look all tidy. So I don't think the EDF we can get them out here because well, Nadia has been trying and it's all slow and this and that. It's going to be probably next year, but I can do at least my part. So I'll just move everything over into that cavity and then that's done. Yeah, well, and then the walls obviously, they also need to be done. But first of all, I gotta make more space. I don't know how, but I just gotta start. I just gotta start somewhere. Or I must say restart, because I've already done a lot. But I gotta restart. Let's have a look in the trailer. Oh yeah, we've done that in the meantime. Nadia wanted to have this here and some picture frames on the wall. Ah, it's nice, huh? That's you know, the female touch. She's just making these improvements. No, so I'm gonna have to shuttle between house and trailer basically. So that's the trailer. I got lights, I got a compressor running, as you hear. Whew, that hasn't been running for 2 months, so that takes a little time. And let's leave this running for now, build up the pressure, then it shuts down, and then I can show you around with all this without all this noise. So let's take a look into well, my new workshop. Okay, so on starboard side we got the old workbench with underneath my trolleys, a little toolbox up there, my vise, and I've set it in this direction so that the handle is not in my walkway, and then the drill and several stuff. I've got storage for long things up there. That's about 6 feet, maybe a little bit longer, 2 meter, yeah, 6 feet 7. And on the other side I have some storage of stuff that I will use on a daily basis, I would say, like my number 1 toolbox and cables, extension cords, etc. Yeah, because this is near the entrance, so that should be stuff that I use a lot, really. And then we go further and we've got all my crates that I've been collecting over the years, and they're all labeled. They all got their names and what they contain up there. The heavy ones in the bottom, the lighter ones on top, and then further down in the end I've got more crates with stuff that I'm really not using that often. Garden stuff I see, and aquaponic stuff, and my welding equipment. That's not really stuff that I use a lot. Then here we got a storage rack with some more crates and tools. And then there I've got the big compressor. That's a beauty. It helped me a lot. And yeah, more stuff. And then hanging thingies. And that's basically it. I've got lights in here. And I've got power everywhere in here. So basically I can do everything here. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a pain that I have to go from the trailer into the house, and especially with this weather. It's freezing right now. It's freezing the whole week, even during the day, and it's just not nice. It's just not my kind of climate. But what I'll do is I'll take one of these trolleys and I'll take the crate that I need for the job and leave that inside the house, so that I don't have that I minimize my shuttling in between the house and the room and the trailer, I think, because it's just a lot of wasted time and wasted energy. But yeah, and I'm not really afraid leaving this open during the day, because well, there's no crime here really. I've never heard of any crime here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that, and I can leave the trailer and the van here overnight if I wanted to. I've never had any complaints, but yeah, I might park it back in its spot at the end of the day. Let me see how I go. Look what I got. It's a fraiseuse à lamelle. What do you call them? Domino. It's called in English, I think, a domino thing. It's been on my wish list for very long, but these are so bloody expensive, and I don't really have a huge need for it. But then I found it in at the Lidl, at the discount supermarket, for like 30 euro, not even 25 euro or so. It was on discount. That's nothing. So, yep, picked it up. I'm gonna use it today. Got some spare parts, but it doesn't really show the dimensions of the cookie that you need to insert. I mean, this thing is just to can you see it? It's just cutting a slot in a side of a plank, and you can do that the same on a plank that you want to join with this plank, and then you insert a cookie around piece of wood in there, so that two planks are joined without you being able to see it, with glue and a cookie. They call it a cookie, a disc of wood. Anyway, I don't have those cookies, but I can make them myself. I just have to trace the size of the blade, the saw blade, the cutting blade, basically, on a double folded piece of paper. I think that's gonna work. You see? That is half of the cookie, and now I gotta cut it out and then fold it open, and then I got the whole cookie. Right, so this is my cookie. Now I know that the blade itself is 4mm thick. I just measured it with calipers, and I do have 4mm thick board, so yeah, I just gotta cut them out with the jigsaw, a few of them, and then I can continue with my next little project in between, and that is making some bookshelves. Remember, I got a bunch of old wood for free from someone who was going to bin it all, burn it all, and I brushed all that wood with this machine brush, and we treated it all, and now it's just beautiful wood that I use for decorations, and yeah, in this case to make a bookshelf. And it's just fantastic wood. How am I going to make one plank out of these two? Yeah, I think it's gonna be like this. I want to have a cookie right here, and I want to have a cookie here. We want to have the cookies lining up with each other. That's really important, of course. I only used the tape because the wood is so dark that I wouldn't see the line on the wood. Now I'm sure to make to line up the notch in here with the line that I made. Wow, looks like perfect. That's pretty cool. See? Yeah, I finally got them together. There's a lot of fiddling around, but yeah, because I'm not using straight planks, they're all bent and all, makes it harder, a lot harder. Yeah, that's why I always say, you know, it cost me probably 3 times more time to renovate this old house instead of building a whole new house. But anyway, I got them in, and it was a little project. I'm gonna just secure them by nailing them in on both sides, and then they're good to go on the brackets in the wall. This doesn't need to be glued. It's nah. If it was all straight and it would all fit perfectly, yeah, I would glue them, because that would really contribute to the structural rigidity. but I don't think it will do anything in this case. Just a nail on both sides, and that will hold them together. And well, we're gonna screw them anyway onto the brackets on the wall. So it was just a little exercise, but it's good fun. I will use that a lot more, and I got a lot spares. You know, I'll make a template, cut out more. But yeah, cool. I'm happy with my new purchase for 25 euros or so. Yeah, so the idea is that we're gonna have bookshelves there. Because you see, this beautiful little table is fully occupied with books, and that needs to be tidied up so that we can actually work here on this desk. So yeah, I think the height will be just above where those books are now. I think that would be cool. Now this wall is really not suitable to hold anything, because it's made out of stones, natural stones, rubble, brick, all kinds. It's not a nice firm concrete or brick wall that'll hold, you know, a screw and a plug real nice in place. So I've made the holes larger than they need to be, and I'm going to squirt in some 2-part epoxy based compound. Let me show you. I've used it many times before in this house. It makes every hole very expensive, because a little pot like this costs what, 10 euros or so. This one has already been used before. You can see there's some plastic in there. Well, basically it is 2 plastic bags in this tube that are filled with a compound. And when those 2 compounds come in contact with each other, they harden, they set, they cure. It's basically like those toothpastes you have with like 3 colors, white, blue and red. They come out on your toothbrush, white, blue and red. Well, it's the same concept in here. And then I've got a spout, a nozzle that mixes the components. And I'm going to put this on my caulking gun and then fill up those holes with this stuff. And in that stuff goes the plug with the screw, and then we'll leave it for an hour. It's cold, so an hour, maybe 2 hours before we start loading it up. And this stuff works really, really well. You can, yeah, it just adheres to everything that's in there, and there's just no way it's ever coming out again. This one is nearly empty. I've used it before, so the bit that's still in there wouldn't even fill the whole spout for next time. So that would just be ruining one of these mixing spouts if I would try to use it again. So I'm not going to, but in case you still got enough left over, all you got to do is remove the spout, that's just wasted, and clean out the ends of those plastic bags, sort of. I did it last time with the backside of a knife. Cleaned it out so that it's not mixed together, and then put the original cap back on, and you can use it next time. It's fantastic stuff. Works really, really well. This will be set in, yeah, well, way less than an hour. So another tick in the box, a little tick that's been outstanding for long. We make a picture for Nadia, and then we carry on with the next job. Yeah. So people, we've arrived at the end of the video, and we have also arrived in 2026 last night. I've made a few resolutions, and one of my resolutions is to enjoy life a little more, take it a few notches back with the house, which I can, because we are nearing the end, and yeah, just enjoy living here in this beautiful countryside. Look at this, January 1st. It's cold, but it's clear and it's sunny. Anyway, hey, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for your coffees. The people below here, you know who you are. Thank you for your continued support. I really, really appreciate it, and I need it too, because making these vlogs costs a lot of time. So if you are willing to help us out, here is a QR code that leads to a site where you can buy me a coffee. Your help is very much appreciated. And then I'm seeing you back next week, where I will continue with installing the window that I've just been painting. Once that window is in, I can heat the room up, which I need in order to start working on the walls. Everything needs to dry, all the caulk and glues that I'll be using on the ceiling, and the lime render on the walls, that all needs to dry. So I need to install a little electric heater in there, and the double glazed new windows will help keeping that heat in. But you'll see all that next week. Thank you guys, bye now.